California edition. My name is Brad Pomerance. I am so glad to introduce you to, if you don't know them already, two phenomenal elected officials. One is new, one is, I guess, a veteran of a couple of years on the Board of Supervisors in San Luis Obispo County. This is Debbie Arnold. She's been on since 2012. This is Lynn Compton. She was just elected. She recently had her first meeting. Lynn, congratulations.
Thank you. It's been a week.
It's been a week, and your election, came as a result of an unfortunate passing of the sitting member, and then the governor appointed someone. You defeated that individual.
Yes.
Bumpy ride for South County. Indeed.
It has
yeah.
been, I mean, it feels good that it's over now.
Right.
But yeah, it was a very unfortunate passing of Supervisor Teixeira, and a lot of uncertainty in the process, and then the election, and it was a runoff. It was a three-way race.
Right.
And so feels good to get it behind me.
And what's interesting about the last couple of years, and Supervisor Arnold, you can pipe in on this, is that as a result of Mr. Teixeira's passing, one could argue the political makeup of the supervisors flipped a little bit, went a little more left, and now maybe with Lynn Compton, maybe a little more right. I mean, you never really know, but it's been kind of a bumpy ride on that front, correct?
That's correct.
Right.
And typically the makeup of the district in the 4th district particularly tends to be a little more on the conservative side. And that changed for a moment, but
with the Democratic governor appointing a Democrat, although she was, Karen Ray, her name, somewhat unpredictable. I mean, you and Karen aligned up on some water issues, which we didn't expect, right?
Yeah.
So talk to us, Lynn, about your victory, about what it means to you, your twin daughters, your family, your community, your mentor, if it's okay that I say that.
Absolutely.
Talk to us about it.
Well, I'm glad it's over, number one.
Yes.
And my daughters could care less. 13-year-old twins, and they're mortified that their mom is in public.
Completely.
So, twins, your
Forget
daughter's
it.
about the
You're
same
in trouble.
But it feels good that we're settled down there,
Right.
and I'm really grateful to the people that put me in office and voted for me.
Right.
And it is a pretty conservative district.
Right.
So I just feel blessed that they voted for me, and I'm going to work very hard for them and bring their voices to the board.
And Debbie, you have been an early supporter of Lynn. I mean, when Mr. Teixeira passed away, I remember you told me, there's a woman named Lynn Compton, I think she's going to run, you should meet her. So you really were in her corner.
At the very beginning.
Right, for quite some time. And so how does it make you feel that, someone that you saw as a rising star, if I may say, well, take it with a smile, and, that she ran a very solid campaign. She kept on going past the primary. It was a tough time. Some thought maybe you could pull it out in the primary, but you just never know with low voter turnout. But then she pulled it out in the end. The incumbent was strong. I think it's fair to say.
And she was a good candidate to run against. I mean, she was bright and smart, and it was tough.
And for you, how does it make you feel?
I'm so happy to have Lynn on the board. The people have spoken now, so I'm confident that they've chosen their supervisor. But selfishly, then to have someone that I think has the same purpose for being there, and that is to ensure that the next generation have the same opportunities that we had, and that we are creating policies that provide those opportunities. It's important to both of us.
What's interesting is the board is now 3 men and 2 women. And
we're mighty women.
Mighty, no doubt. But what's remarkable is, and I hate to be stereotypical, but just indulge me. 2 of the men are fairly left of center. The other guy maybe in the middle, and you guys are fairly right of center. I mean, usually again,
it's flipped.
I'm being stereotypical, so forgive me, but what an interesting little dynamic y'all got going on there.
It is funny,
Right.
but again, I think it just goes back to the fact that we care about the rural sector of our county.
Right.
Both of us, we both are
That's
interested
true.
in our children. And
Do either of you have any parts of the city of San Luis Obispo?
I do.
You have a little
I
of
do,
San Luis
around
Obispo.
the campus, actually.
Right. You have no part
I
of San
approach up on the side.
Right.
but
So
that's
you really do have a fairly rural.
Well,
you have
Arroyo
Pismo.
Grande is in, in the district. Arroyo Grande, Pismo's not in the district.
I see.
Oceano and Napomo.
Okay.
But we're very rural, very agricultural.
And so, look, now that you're on the board, you got to count to 3. And you and Debbie may agree sometimes, but maybe not. I mean, there's no guarantee.
Yeah.
And so talk to us about how you take your life skills. You had been a lawyer, a mother.
Well, I went to law school.
Whatever it may be.
I haven't sat for the bar.
Lucky you,
I
did.
still want to, but I don't know how I'm going to do it with doing this
Although
too.
I think, actually, correct me if I'm wrong, I think you are a lawyer. You're not an attorney. I thought that was a distinction.
I never tell people that. I tell people I have my JD degree.
I think if you graduate from law school, you're a lawyer, but if you get your past bar, you're an attorney. But I think you understand where I'm saying. So talk to us about that.
You know, I just think it's more just life skills and wanting what's best for the people down south. And, you know, we've lived down there for a long time. I know what's important to the people down there. We're not like the city of San Luis Obispo, so our needs are different down there. And I feel it's just listening to and representing those people. More so than political jockeying or anything like that. And I'm sure Debbie and I aren't going to agree on things and are going to agree on things, but I feel like I have to do what's best for the people of my district. And
you must be very proud of Debbie as she is of you, because recently she was named chair of what's known as SLOCOG, the San Luis Obispo County Council of Governments. What is SLOCOG?
Well, that's actually a regional body that is tasked for the most part with transportation. All types of transportation, securing funding for this county, and so that funding includes money for bike paths and hiking trails, sometimes property acquisition for parks. Most importantly, near and dear to my heart at this time is our state highway, you know, our roads and county roads, city roads, and even parts of our state system, and what money comes into this region to make improvements. But it's fascinating. Being chair will be extremely fascinating. That kind of planning for the region's transportation needs requires a lot of projection of population, jobs, where the job centers are, where the housing is being built, all those things, trying to coordinate them to make the most efficient use of tax dollars.
And my guess is what you've learned and what you will learn and what I'm learning is that being a member of the Board of Supervisors, of course, that is an important position, but often a lot of your power derives from your membership on outside boards, like SLOCOG, like the Integrated Waste Management District, or Air Pollution. And so, do you know, Lynn, Supervisor Compton, I should say.
It's okay. You can call me Lynn.
Yes. What boards, commissions you'll be on?
I do know, and they're still deciding some of those right now too. But we all submitted things that we were interested in, and then decisions were made based on that.
And who decides? Is it the chair of the board, which is now Frank Meacham, or is it the outgoing chair?
It's actually a vote.
Oh, it's a vote.
Yes,
you all vote?
We submitted our names to the CAO,
and then you all vote on each other.
At the end, the tab of everybody's assignments is voted on by the Board of Supervisors.
Does the CAO kind of select what he'd like to see, and then you vote as a slate?
Actually, I think in this county we all get along fairly well, and I don't think anyone has been in competition. In other words, when I came onto the board, I actually walked in and was handed, okay, these are the boards that we've decided would be best for you, that kind of thing. And
So where are you going to be? Do you know yet? Do you know yet?
I do believe I will probably be on the EVC, which is what Karen was on before.
Economic Vitality Commission.
Yes, and then Council for Aging, is that?
Right.
But some of the others are still in limbo right now. But
so I want to get a sense from you how it was your very first meeting. You're sitting on the dais.
Well, the first
You're
meeting,
not next to this one, thank God.
The first meeting was the swearing in on Monday.
Okay.
Our first actual meeting was on Tuesday.
Okay.
So it was a little intimidating. I hadn't walked behind there before, you know, so, and you have to figure out which buttons to push. So it's just a little overwhelming, and it was a packed house. There were several people sworn in that day.
Right.
The
sheriff, recorder, clerk,
yes,
DA,
DA, Dan Dow.
Yeah, two out of the three.
School district superintendent.
Also.
Yes.
Oh,
so there were a lot of people there.
A lot of new members for countywide positions.
That's right.
So it was a packed house, and so that was interesting. It was a very short meeting, and then Tuesday we had the full board meeting.
And when we talk in a year, what do you hope you're telling me?
I hope I'm telling you that I'm successful and that I'm bringing my district's concerns to the board, and that we come together and reach a settlement. I mean, I don't want a board that's split or we don't get along. I want everybody to work together for goals that we all agree on.
Her name is Debbie Arnold. Her name is Lynn Compton. They are both members of the Board of Supervisors in San Luis Obispo County. My name is Pomerance, and this is